Okay. Okay. So I haven't ever done this before. I've never gone live before, but today I felt compelled to go live because I have. Okay, let me just backtrack. I'm doing this video to share my immediate, unfiltered, semi-reflective comments on the Apple Vision Pro, which when it came out, I watched the keynote speech and I was very impressed, but um, I was not impressed with the battery pack. I thought the battery pack, uh, yeah, it just takes away from this idea of what I thought was kind of this immersive, kind of moving around, free flowing technology, etc. So my initial thoughts were, very impressive in terms of the eye tracking, very impressive in terms of just I know when Apple makes things, they make things that just feel great, look great, etc. And from a distance, I perceived that. Um, just with the price point and with the different ways in which they were marketing. I wasn't too sure how they were marketing it. Were they marketing this as an entertainment device? Were they marketing this as kind of productivity device? Were they marketing this as a business device, an education device, etc.? I wasn't sure where it was being positioned. And again, like many things with me, I don't really. I don't know. This is maybe why I've got such few views on my videos, but I'm not. I do not chase hype. So if something comes out, I usually let the hype die down, and people can say different things and have opinions, etc. Yeah, which is what it is. But I had a conversation with my brother-in-law who explained to me that I must experience the Apple Vision Pro. And I've watched different reviews. I've watched Marquise Brownley gives review on the Apple Vision Pro and a number of other people. And yes, I knew that I wanted to try it. I was going to choose a time when I was going to be ready to try it. And especially with the work that I do, working with education, working with schools, there are I would say less schools that would buy this device, but there are some schools who may wish to maybe have one on site, etc. Um, but I use lots of technology. I try to test out lots of technology in order to give valid feedback for education settings primarily, and then church settings and other settings as well, depending on who I'm talking to. So it is in my interest to try it out, see what it's all about, and see how it could potentially fit for the people that I serve. Now, I booked that session today, and having heard the hype from my brother-in-law, quite skeptically approached this, and I sat down explaining to the lady who worked there how I just didn't know how it was going to be positioned and who would find it really useful, etc., etc. And in the meantime, they're taking my glasses to take the prescription so that when I put on the goggles, I won't have to. Can I even call them goggles? I don't even know if I can. When I put on the device, it had my prescription um, programmed in. So it adjusted the visuals according to my personal prescription, which is absolutely amazing. It's a huge pain point of mine being able to put on VR goggles, any kind of headset, and be able to trade off between squinting at what I'm seeing or having my glasses squashed inside, which then affects the experience as well because it's kind of pressing against the side, or there's something that's off. Either my glasses are kind of like this inside the goggles, something like that. People who wear glasses would be able to relate to that. However, once all of that was sorted and I put it on, I was faced with a situation whereby the experience that I thought that I might have had, uh, I was impressed. Let's say this, I was impressed by what I had experienced. So it was very natural to look in a direction and do this gesture to select it. It was very natural. It didn't feel strange. I thought it would have felt strange, but it didn't. It felt absolutely natural. And I was very easily and quickly able to navigate to different places quicker than I would with a mouse. Um, I have a Mac and I use a Magic Mouse, and I kind of scroll across the screen to get to certain place. It was much quicker with eye gaze. Looked there, pinched. It was just phenomenal. So responsive. Okay, I'll talk about what I was impressed with. I haven't ordered this. I haven't planned this. I've just gone live, but I will. I will kind of order this in this way. In my head, I will talk about what I kind of played around with and what I experienced, and then I will give some final thoughts on how I think this will be applicable and usable for people. Okay, general people. So first of all, what I did is I went to photos and I kind of looked, glanced, and pinched. And then I selected a panoramic picture, and I went into the kind of concave looking icon to expand it. And I was able to see this kind of 180-degree view of this of this image, which I was impressed by. Going on from there, I opened up pages, and opening up pages, I was able to position that as a view over here, and I was able to open up the photos as a view over there. So I was just seeing boxes. But with pages, I was then able to activate text to speech, which, by the way, on Apple's voice to text, not text to speech, voice to text dictation on an Apple device is superior to anything else out there in terms of whatever ecosystem you're using. It is very accurate, very simple, and even the vocabulary that you would use to go to a new paragraph, etc. It's more. I find it more intuitive than others. Now, in opening up pages and being able to just talk to this document and seeing the words appear, why was that different to doing that on my Mac? I don't know. I think it was the fact that I could have that screen there as well as another screen there, but I wasn't compromising the size of the screen. So usually I would share the real estate on my iMac, and I would have pages there and I'd have something else open there. But I was able to have, like, I work here with, I have screens, multiple screens, but I was able to have that. And then what she did for me is she allowed me to have a background that was a 360-degree view of a beach. And I was sat in an actual location working. And I will tell you this, it did something for my mental well-being. The fact that my surroundings were different, I could actually feel the calmness of my surroundings while I'm working on this pages document, albeit a demo document. Goodness me, what I don't know what to liken that to. I haven't had, other than getting on a plane and going to that location and working. But even then, there was something just surreal about this whole experience. It wasn't like anything that I've ever experienced before, but it was amazing. It was good. It was a good experience. So I was able to do that productivity stuff and have other things that I would imagine preparing to. So I had email open there, I had photo open there, and I had pages open there. And I could have added more just around me, and I could move these down, up. When I finished with this, I could move it up to the sky and just see the sea and the palm trees just blowing in the breeze. It was just, that was cool. That was cool. But I think it's needed, especially for me who works from home, works from an office. People who work from home will be able to relate to this. The idea of kind of having the same surroundings every day, needing to get up and move away. And look, I'm all for that. Definitely get up, get away from your desk. But having that peaceful environment, it just was a sense of calm while being productive at the same time. And I think that was absolutely amazing. So what did I do next? I moved on to a video. She showed me some videos, and the immersive experience in this, you may have heard people report on this before. It is as though I was there. I was no longer in the Apple store when this was going on, even with the surroundings previously. there was some kind of, when the videos had stopped, there was some kind of awareness that I knew I wasn't at home. The lady who was working there, she was talking to me, so I knew that I wasn't at home. But somehow it all peels away to the back. I don't know what my brain does, but they're not there. I'm not there. The noises and everything is just fully immersed in what I'm seeing, and I found that incredible, absolutely incredible. There was, I don't know how my brain did that. I don't know how they've engineered it to ensure that that happens. I don't know if even if uh, it's replicable. I don't know anything else that you could compare that to, but it was fully immersive, absolutely, in a way that I've never experienced before. Unbelievable. Um, and there is a cool thing that happens as well when the person that is near you starts to talk. They appear almost in ghost-like fashion through whatever it is that you're watching, and you can actually see them and talk to them. And then when they stop talking, they disappear, they fade out. That that's amazing, absolutely amazing. I was at a basketball game. I was at a football game while I was in these the immersive experiences. It was far superior to, you know, having a Sky or a TNT Sports account and watching it from home. You are there, not just in the stadium, on at the court side, at pitch side. It was unbelievable, unbelievable. It's funny. I didn't flinch at any of the kind of 3D kind of in your face dinosaurs or anything like that. But there were two moments when my heart was like, whoa. And one was when there were these free runners standing at the top of these buildings, and I looked down and I was like, oh my goodness me. And then the other was when I think it was either basketball or football just came right up to my face. They were the only two times. It was unbelievably real. And I've experienced being in stadiums. It How was it better than, yeah, it was like I was there on the pitch. I was there on the court. That's the only way that I could describe that. So I think in a nutshell, that was the experience, and that was what I was impressed by. Okay, so now for the application. I'll wrap up with this and then I'll close this because I've been talking for longer than I had anticipated. But this is literally just not, I haven't pre-planned any of this. This is a brain dump of just what I've experienced just now at the local Apple store. So application. I consider productivity, because this hasn't been marketed as, like, you know, if you're a worker, like for private sector, it has been marketed as a productivity tool or a workplace tool. I would definitely recommend this for people working from home. If you work within an Apple ecosystem, I would definitely recommend it for people working from home. It just changed everything. I mean, for goodness sake, come on. Those kind of massage chairs that you can get, although even those kind of, you put it on your seats, massages, you whack that on and you put on the Vision Pro and you just lie back and go to, oh, goodness me. Maybe I'm projecting my own dreams, and who knows, that might be a reality for me. But I think if you work from home, this is definitely something that is worth having. If you travel a lot by airplane, this is definitely worth having. I'm not too sure about the, I think once you're in the air, you can use technology. So if you've downloaded content onto there, if you've got access to your documents, etc., you're not using the cloud, you're not using internet. If you are flying somewhere, you can get things done and get it done in a way that you would not have prior to the Apple Vision Pro. It would never have been possible to get things done in that way. There is an aspect of well-being to this that I can't fully put into words now, but it is so important when you are working alone by yourself in an office, etc. There's an aspect to this that absolutely transforms that. But I think if you are working from home, if you're a lone worker, if you are self-employed, sole trader, etc., this is worth having. And I'll come to a price point, and the obvious elephant in the room that, you know, no one can afford it, especially with the new budget that was released yesterday for those in the UK. Goodness me, you can't even afford to try it on, I guess. But the reality is there will be some people who will be able to afford it. if you can afford it and if it suits the way that you would work naturally and it would help your mental well-being, I would say the investment is worth it. I would say that's in my humble opinion. This is version one. I know there'll be future iterations. I don't know how I don't know the longevity of the validity of what I'm saying here, but I'm saying for the moment, right now, at this time, it's definitely worth getting. Um, where else would this be useful? Unfortunately, this is just not an education ready tool from the perspective of price point, how many pupils would be able to access. You could never justify having just one when you've got multiple students, for example. You couldn't justify buying multiple Apple Vision Pros for multiple students. It's just not, it's just not a viable option. However, the immersion and what when I think about immersive experiences, I think about the writing that comes out of it, the description that comes out of it, especially for younger children. There is so much power in this because I was there. I was there. The rhinoceros was right in front of me. The elephants were right there. I could see everything. I could hear everything. I was there. And that is something that for a long time in education, we've tried to simulate for students, especially those from areas that live in areas, specific demographics where you have lack of access to the beach, for example. Maybe you're in inner city, you have lack of access to the forest, or some people's experiences are restricted, but we expect them to write and we expect them to describe, we expect them to know what it feels like. And we try to then think about facilitating that through certain devices. This device is second to none. And I've experienced many of the VR headsets that are available on the market. This is not even in that same category. It's in a different league. It's in a different league. So it has major application for education. And if there were a version of this that maybe didn't facilitate some of the other aspects, a trimmed down version, maybe that would be something that could be affordable. If it were made affordable for education, oh my goodness me, I would say whatever else you have, sell it and buy these because amazing. But look, I'm rambling on. There is no way anybody in education could buy these, should buy these. It's not viable, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. Business, could you imagine walking into an office and seeing people with these headsets on? Not necessarily. Could there be one available, for people to use in a specific bespoke space, a kind of new style office space? Yes, I could definitely see that. Again, people working from home, definitely. And entertainment. I mean, look, like I said, regarding my response to the basketball and football and whatever else, that is just on a different level. There's nothing else like it out there, and I understand that Blackmagic, the manufacturer of cameras, has made a specific camera to with specific lenses. I don't even know. I haven't even looked into the technology on that. That is going to be able to create content for these Apple Vision Pros. And when that starts to really kick off, we're going to have, that's just something else. But I mean, yeah, you can, the price point just makes it for the average person. A lot of the people watching this will be average. The average person, it's not something that is very accessible. But oh my goodness, have Apple just teased us with the best immersive technology that is available in the world, in my opinion, as far as I know, as far as I've experienced. It is amazing. If you haven't done so already, get yourself to an Apple store and book yourself in to test out the Apple Vision Pro just to have this experience. And let me know in the comments, do you have the same opinion? Do you do you think that it has space in these different areas for business or for education, etc.? Um, do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. I don't even know why I'm doing this because I said that I was gonna kind of leave this channel, but I had to dump my thoughts somewhere, and here it is. I've dumped it. Enjoy uh, your day wherever you are, and if anybody watches this at all, I hope you found it useful in some way, shape, or form. Take care. Bye bye.